Today, we have the full review of the PuckiPuppy Rottweiler full suspension E-Trike. So let's just get right into it. Let's just go ahead and start in the front. The Rottweiler comes with dual headlights. You have this big one here, and then you have this smaller one here. This one you can move so you can shine it down towards the front, or you could even turn it backwards and have it light up part of the front of the frame if you want to be more visible. But let's see the brightness of this light. We'll turn that one on, and then we'll move this one forward. This smaller one seems to be the brighter one. Also up front, you do have areas for mounting a front basket right here. The front forks come with 80 millimeters of travel, but there is no lockout, preload, or rebound adjustment. Front brakes are hydraulic disc on 160 millimeter rotors. Moving to the center of the bike, we have the battery flush mounted in the frame with a key to unlock it. Now this is a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery, and if you want to take it out, just insert the key, turn it, and it pops right out. And you do have the ability to either charge this in the bike through this port here, or pull the battery out and plug it in right there. To put it back in, put the bottom in first, and just snap it in. And you're ready to go. This is a torque sensor E-Trike. It's also a folding trike. So if you wanted to fold this trike, you would pull that, take that, fold the bike in half. I'm not going to do it right now. But also on the handlebars, they fold down to make it even smaller. To put it back, just snap that back in place. The Rottweiler comes with this beautiful 4.7 inch HD LED display. On the display, you have PAS level, battery level, temperature, speed, motor power reference, watts, and odometer. On the left side, we have the control panel. In the center is your power button. You long press that to get the power to come on. On the top, we have the plus, which is the PAS level up. And if you long press that, you also get the headlight to come on. On the bottom, we have the minus, bringing your PAS levels down, or a long press will put you in walk mode. Now on either side here, we have your blinkers. If I push the left side blinker, it comes on. And push the right side blinker, it comes on. And to cancel it, you just push it again. Also on the left side, we have the parking brake. You just pull the brake in, you flip that lever forward, and it's engaged. To disengage it, all you have to do is pull the brake in, you'll hear it click, and you're ready to go. On the right side of the handlebars, we have a twist throttle. We also have a Shimano 7-speed thumb shifter. We have another hydraulic brake, and we also have electronic horn. Now the red button is for drive and reverse. When you want the trike to go backwards, all you gotta do is flip it in reverse. The Rottweiler comes with these butterfly handlebars, giving you multiple options of places to put your hands. It also comes with that nice accessory bar that you see over the top of the display. Now moving to the back of the trike, and I told you this is a full suspension E-Trike. So in the back we have dual hot 320 shock absorbers. Now the shocks are mounted to the frame in two places, up on top here and on the bottom here. And this part is like your swing arm. It is connected by a pivot pin right there. It has a 750 watt PuckiPuppy branded motor that peaks at 960 watts. Also in the back, we have two sets of hydraulic disc brakes on 180 millimeter rotors, one set on each rear wheel. The Rottweiler also comes with a rear differential, and what this does, it gives you traction to both wheels. So if I lean this up and just put that on one wheel, I've got power on the right side. If I do the same thing on the left side, it gives me power on the left side. This gives the trike better traction in turns where one side might lighten up, or if you're in loose gravel or uneven terrain. Now in the back here, we have brake lights. Either brake you pull in will activate those lights. We also have the blinkers. There's the left side. And there's the right side. And if I turn the headlight on, it gives you a set of running lights. Up on top here, we have this nice wide comfort seat with a backrest. Now this backrest is adjustable by the knob up here, so this will go up and down, but also this will go this way. A lot of trikes, they don't have that, but this has it. The adjustments are underneath the seat. You have to loosen those up, and this will slide back and forth to your comfort level. Now, let's take this out for the riding review. All right, to start this video off, I want to show you something, and this is because it's full suspension, shocks in the back. You can see how much this seems to flex back and forth. That's because the shocks are compressing every time I move to the left or right. This is something you'll have to get used to in your turns. But let's start on with the review. All right, let's start this right off in pedal assist 0 and see how hard this 120-pound E-Trike is to pedal if you have no power. I am in gear 1 to make it easy, starting off on a dirt road. And I'm going to work my way down to this paved trail and see how it is. It's doable, but it is a heavy bike. So you got to remember, 120-pound trike plus your weight, any cargo. Just hope for flat level ground or a downhill. Yeah, so if you don't have to pedal this without power, then don't, because this is a heavy bike. But let's test the PAS levels. We're going to go into 1. I'm still in the first gear. I'm going to see if this tops out at a specific speed, and it does. It looks like 7 miles an hour. Let's go to PAS 2. You have to shift up a little. PAS 2 is going to get us to about 9 miles an hour. 3. Shift again. About 10 and a half. 4. It's going to go all the way 7. About 12. And 5. This should give you everything it's got, which is going to take us about 15 miles an hour. 15.4, and it does, and it cuts out. 16 for there, just for a second. Okay, now let's get on some level street here, or just some straight road. And we'll put it back into PAS1, and we'll just try throttle only and see what it does. If it gives you all the power, or if it tops out at a certain speed. It does feel like it's going to give you everything it's got. Yep, 14, 15, and then it backs off. I had to back off too, or I've been a hood ornament on that red Jeep. Okay, let's get back on the path here. And let's try braking. We're gonna do all the basic stuff first, and then we're gonna talk about some other things and maybe try a few things. So let's get up to speed. And let's see how these 3 hydraulic disc brakes work. We're at max speed now, and I'm going to hit it now. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is pretty good. I started at this line right here, and it only went to the back wheels. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 feet before a complete stop from its top speed. So, these non-branded hydraulic disc brakes on 160 millimeter rotors did an excellent job, and they didn't lock up, which is good. You get more traction if you don't lock the brakes up. So for me to pedal, I really have to have the seat up high to get that full extension. So my center of gravity is a lot higher. So I am feeling that sway side to side like this more, just because my body weight is up higher. Now, later on in this review, I will drop the seat down when I just want to do throttle and cruise and see if that makes a difference. It did when I did my initial rider impressions, but maybe we'll get a little more aggressive and see what happens. So let's try the suspension now. The rear suspension, the front suspension. We're going to start off on this gravel road. I really don't see anybody wanting to ride this on anything rougher than this. But maybe down here we'll try something a bit rougher. But I can tell you on the gravel road, the front suspension is smooth. The rear suspension is also smooth. So there wouldn't be any need for a suspension seat post. But let's go around the corner here where this dirt path gets just a bit rougher and see how it starts to handle on some rougher stuff. You can see these rocks are sticking up out of the ground, uneven potholes. But it is still doing a good job. Still doing a good job. Now I'm going to try something that might be a little rougher right up here around the corner. But so far, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. We got some pothole, off camber stuff. And that sway back and forth seems to be better when you are actually pedaling and you're putting pressure on. Now let's go down this path here. This might be a little rougher. Down under the trees. Through this stuff here. Yeah, this stuff's rougher. We got potholes from squirrels, and you can feel that differential and the traction control. It did a good job. I am impressed for a trike with full suspension. Like I said, I don't see anybody really riding rougher than like this little dirt path right here on the side. But let's go find us a hill to climb. Okay, this is the hill climb test. We are starting already on a slight incline. And we're just going to do throttle only. And go up, I'll tell you when it gets steeper. We'll see how this does. I have a feeling it's going to make it to the top. I think it's going to get down to probably 4 or 5 miles an hour, but I think it will do it. So right now we're on the slight incline, so we're able to still pick up speed. But right at this road on the right side, that's where it starts to get steeper, a lot steeper. So we're going to see what happens. We're at 14.2. And now we're on the steep section. So it's 12 miles an hour. 11, 10. Now right here, it starts to get steeper. This is the steepest part of the hill. 9. 8. It's going to do better than I thought. 7.9, 8 miles an hour. Now let's go back down and do it pedaling. Okay, starting in the same spot. Going to put in PAS 5 and let's go. Got it in gear 1. Let's see what happens. Gear 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to go up to 7. We should be hitting max speed right where it starts to get steeper. We're at max speed now. And now it gets steeper. Getting ready to downshift. Out here, let's take it to 6. 5. 5 seems to be good. And look at that. 12.1 miles an hour at the top. Not bad. Okay, now that we have the basics of this review done, let's test out traction control. Let's see if we can do a few donuts and see what happens. Turn it on here. Now, when I turn here, it's going to put a lot of weight on the left side, and I bet that one wheel is going to start spinning. Yep. Yep. And then same, see that? When I do the opposite, if I do it here, there you go. See, when you do that, it keeps the wheel that's getting all the pressure, it keeps traction on that so you can still keep going. So now that I've ridden it, pedaled it with the seat up high, which I needed to get leg extension, let's move the seat all the way down and put it into cruising mode where I'm just going to do throttle only and see if it helps improve with stability. Get my seat straight because I hate a crooked seat. Okay, snuggle down. And let's give her a shot and see how she does. Oh, I'm low riding now. Yeehaw! It does feel a bit better. Well, let's make a sharp turn right here and see. Yeah. Now that was a left turn. For some reason, the right turns seem to get more lean. Yeah, a lot of lean. That came off the ground. Okay. So it does feel better. It feels like it doesn't lean as far. You feel a little more stable on it. But let's keep cruising. I do really love this display up here, man. It's really nice. I have polarized sunglasses and you can see it perfectly. I got the sun right above it and I can still see all the colors and all the numbers and everything that's going on in that screen. One thing I forgot to tell you about with the blinkers is if you put a blinker on, it does show an indicator on the left side here of it blinking, and same on the right side over here. Hey. So let's cruise down the path a little more and see what other mischief we can get into. But let's talk about who I think this trike is best for. And to be honest, I do not think this is a trike beginner trike riders are going to want to get. If you haven't ridden a trike before, you might think, what the heck, if you get this and you get all that leaning and the weird feeling of the trike flexing in turns because of the rear suspension. So if that's you and this is you're thinking about this as your first trike and you've never ridden even e-bikes before, this might not be for you. But for people who've had trikes before and they're looking to upgrade or they're looking for another trike, a trike that can do a little trail like off-roading, then this is probably a serious contender for you. Now does have a payload capacity of 500 pounds, which is pretty freaking amazing. It's got that huge cargo rack in the back, and it does come with a liner. I know I didn't have it when I was in the garage in that part of the review, but I put it on for this ride. Now, what are some of the things I really like about this? Well, I really like the fact that it has 3 hydraulic disc brakes instead of 2. A lot of trikes just come with two, one in the front and one in the center axle in the back, and that's it. This comes with three because it has these big fat tires. They're getting more traction. So, and this being a 120-pound trike plus rider weight, it needs that extra brake. But I like the fact that it has that. Now, the other thing I definitely like is this display. It is really nice. I imagine we're going to start seeing this as standard equipment on PuckiPuppy products going forward. Now, what else do I like? I like the dual headlights. I like the fact that you can take that little headlight and turn it around and kind of light up your bike. Not as a gimmicky fashion, thing, but more as if you're riding at night, showing people that you're out there, helping you light up yourself, I guess, so to say. But that big headlight, I really like that. And you know what it doesn't do? Sorry about that. I got a bug in my mouth. Like a lot of e-bikes who just throw a cheap light on there, and you start riding and your bike vibrates and that light just starts to always point down. This one stays in place. It's got a nice, pretty heavy-duty bracket on it, and it hasn't moved. It vibrates back and forth, but it's still pointed in the direction I pointed in when I put this bike together. What else do I like? I like when you have the seat down. It is a decent cruiser. Once you get your center of weight down lower, it improves the ride much more. Makes it much more enjoyable. Now, what are some of the things I don't like? Well, I'm not too fond of fat tires on trikes. Maybe a 3-inch tire, but the fat tires, I don't know. I think it gives it a different feeling to it, a feeling that I don't necessarily like, but some people may like it a lot. So if it's your cup of tea, that's great. Let's see, what else I'm not going to say I don't like, but I could do without. I wish the rear suspension maybe was a little tighter so you wouldn't get so much sway to the side. Maybe a third shock, who knows? But then it might get too rough. It may not feel like it has a shock at all. Now the other thing, I know some people are going to love these handlebars because you can put your hands up here, you can put them right here, you can put them right here. The only thing is if you put them here and here, you don't have access to throttle, you don't have access to controls or brakes. And I'm not that fond of this accessory bar up here. It's got a crossbar right here that you can put stuff on. Or you can get yourself even a little accessory bar you can add here so it's only going across there. Now the other thing, I'm not sure people are going to really use this as a folding trike. It is a folding trike, but coming in at 120 pounds, even folded, that's a lot of weight to pick up. And if you're trying to get it into something small like a trunk or the back of your car or even the back of an SUV, you still might need help. Even if you pull that battery out. So that's something to think about too, but you don't ever have to use it as a folding trike. Just keep it like it is and never fold it up. Now there's nothing else really that I dislike or have concerns about. Only time will tell when I get more miles on it, if things crop up. But as for now, it seems to be a really decent trike. And for the experienced trike rider, I think you're gonna like it. But anyways, let's get under here first. So you gotta be careful on these turns. Because that turn, the pathway tilted this way and I was turning to the right. So even on a regular trike, you'd have to be on the lookout and careful for that stuff. Just don't go full bore into turns, that's all. All right, if you like this trike, I'm gonna have a link to it in the description with a discount code. But that discount code also works with most of the PuckiPuppy products, so even if you're not interested in this trike, maybe you're interested in one of their other trikes or one of their other bikes, that discount code will work on that too. But the link will take you there so you can discover more about this bike, read more of the description and the specs, and see if it's for you. But anyways, we've got the trike pointed towards home now. I'm just cruising. One other thing I wanted to tell you about is if you hold the throttle for a certain period of time, it automatically activates cruise control. And to deactivate cruise control, all you're going to do is tap the brakes. But like I said, I got the trike pointed towards home, so you know what that means. That means you have a great day, a great ride, a great week, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.